Guaranteed.
Guaranteed?
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Visit budgetbreaks.com.
Time is running out for you to get your real ID. Find out what you need to do and when.
Also, we'll hear from a local business that says they're thankful for President Trump's tariffs. Those stories and more straight ahead on News 12 at 6.
You're watching News 12 at 6. This is the place for the latest news from around the Tennessee Valley and North Georgia.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kay Blevins.
I'm Andrew Harrison. Thank you for joining us. This is News 12 at 6. Well, Hamilton County investigators have identified a woman who was found deceased late last month near Ottawa-Georgetown Road. Two men were riding horses when they found the remains of 50-year-old Rebecca DeQuatro. That happened back on March 25th, and there's no official word yet how the Cleveland, Tennessee woman died.
The investigation is ongoing tonight. If you know anything about the circumstances surrounding Rebecca DeQuatro's death, please contact the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. You do not have to give your name.
Meanwhile, authorities in Walker County say a crackdown as uncovered loads begins today. Of uncovered loads, Georgia law requires all vehicles that carry loads to be covered or built to keep the loads from dropping onto the roadways. Walker County officers will issue warnings today. Those warnings turn into citations on May the 1st. Then you'll be cited to court to face a potential fine or even jail time. Crackdown in response to roadside trash. They're tired of it.
Novonix has cleared the final step before construction can begin on a new facility at Enterprise South. The industrial development approved the pilot agreement with the electric vehicle battery manufacturer that will give them a tax break in exchange for building the new plant. They already have an existing facility on the Chattanooga West Side. That's where they recently laid off 19 people.
Now, Novonix said this morning they've since rehired 2 of those employees. They also briefly commented on the impact of the tariffs implemented by President Donald Trump. They hope it helps them compete with Chinese manufacturers who produce synthetic graphite used in batteries.
You see the tariffs as a positive or a negative?
Actually a positive calculus, but there's a range of 850% to 920% tariff that should be on inbound graphite. 95% of the world's synthetic graphite is produced in China, but that would, significantly aid, even if it's not at that very high level, the demand for our product.
Novonix expects the Enterprise South facility to be up and running by 2028.
Well, we are 1 month away from a major change at airports and some federal buildings.
News 12's Nick Hill has what you need to know so you're not left stranded at TSA. Nick.
That wouldn't be a very fun night at all. The Real ID Act of 2005 was passed in the wake of 9/11 as a security measure. After years of delays, partially due to the COVID-19 pandemic, you will need to update your identification before May the 7th, or else you may not get to take to the skies.
I think you should just prepare early.
All travelers will be required to have a real ID in order to be allowed to fly beginning in 1 month. They will also need them to enter certain federal buildings. These identifications are marked by having a star on the top right of the card. You can go to either a driver services center or a county clerk's office to make sure you are in compliance. When you go get your ID, you have to bring a couple of items with you. First, you must have proof of U.S. citizenship. This can be something like a birth certificate or passport. Next, you must provide proof of your social security number, such as the card. Finally, you must provide 2 proofs of Tennessee residence. This is going to be a range of items such as a bank statement or a utility bill. If you don't get a real ID, there are not a lot of alternatives to take flight.
There are alternatives. You can always bring your passport or a military ID. Other than that, you will be required to have that gold star on your driver's license.
There are already signs around the Chattanooga Metropolitan Airport about the upcoming deadline here for Real ID. For example, right in front of the American Airlines counter, you can see this reminder telling passengers that starting in 1 month from now, they will need to have Real ID.
The Chattanooga Metropolitan Airport has not had to make logistical changes on their ends, saying that the process of going through TSA should not take longer. They just want passengers to be ready for the change.
So it's really important for everyone to start now and go ahead and get your appointment to get that scheduled to get your Real ID.
You are asked to set up an appointment to get your Real ID. You can find more resources at tn.gov/safety. And that leads us to today's Vote Now poll question of the day. Have you gotten your Real ID yet? I'm going to admit, folks, I haven't. But here's how people are voting so far. It's about half and half, 47% say yes, 53% say no. We want to hear more from you, though. Voting on our poll is easy. You can scan the QR code you can see in the bottom right corner of your screen. Additionally, you can vote via the News 12 app, or if you'd rather have a computer, head on over to our website at wdef.com/vote now to vote. We'll be watching the results throughout the evening, and we'll have the final tally coming up on News 12 at 11. Go get those IDs, folks. Reporting live, Nick Hill, News 12.
One of us at this desk will say yes, the other will say no. All right. It's up
Full
to you.
compliance.
Yeah, all right. North Georgia residents can expect to see helicopters and small planes hovering over wild areas in our area this week. The USDA says it is dropping oral rabies vaccines for wildlife. They are dropping bait into the woods that contain rabies vaccines for animals like raccoons. They normally do this in the fall in Georgia, but it was put off last year by Hurricane Helene. They are targeting 7,000 acres in all of our northwest Georgia counties. Headstones are supposed to be lasting reminders of those who came before us, but time and the elements and vandals can make them hard to read. Thankfully, some of the students at Sequoia High School created lasting grave markers in their machine shop. Names and other vital information are engraved on aluminum blocks. The blocks are then welded onto a bracket with some rebar that is buried deep enough so they can't be easily moved. Student David Massengale teamed up with Steve Smith of the Soddy Daisy Historical Association to help make this project happen. They recently placed 7 markers in the ground at Windy Circle Cemetery, helping preserve history.
From the EPB Fiber Optics Weather Center, your News 12 AccuWeather 24-hour forecast.
It wasn't my scout troop, but another one back in Topeka, Kansas had an Eagle Scout project that involved going to not just one but several cemeteries and cleaning up the headstones and taking care of them and helping to take care of the area that did not have any caretakers. So nice to be able to see that going on here in a different form. Temperatures tomorrow maybe a degree or two warmer, but not by much, and it will be breezy. So if you're heading out for a round of golf, yes, you're going to have some fairly good weather, but with those winds, maybe some slices or hooks taking place. Rainfall is almost out of here. We've got some scattered showers over western North Carolina and heading out of northeast Georgia. That's the remnants of the rainfall from this weekend along that last storm system, and that's done a good job of clearing out the air. We still have some cloud cover out there, Island Cove Marina and Resort, and a little bit of some wave activity on Lake Chickamauga, with winds kicking up out of the northwest about 10 to 15 miles per hour, and temperatures back in the mid 50s. So that's a little brisk out there, and a few temperatures in the mid to upper 40s in parts of the higher elevations northwest of Chattanooga. We will be seeing warmer air heading our way, displacing this cooler air, and then afterwards another bit of a cool down, but nothing really major taking place. For tonight, if you're heading out for a flick and a nosh, it is going to be getting a lot cooler, with numbers probably in the 40s by the time you head on home if you're going to be out there for later. Doesn't look like anything in the way of rain protection, but that coat or jacket will definitely be a good idea. Could be the possibility of some more frost in our future Tuesday night into Wednesday. We'll talk about the freeze watch going into effect and the rest of your forecast in minutes on News 12 at 6.
Thank you so much, Austin Onick. Well, still ahead, 12 feet is awfully long for a 1-year-old.
What? Find out where you can see one of the world's tallest toddlers. You're watching News 12, and this is the place all creatures, for all creatures, great and small.
The Sportsman's Forecaster is brought to you by Island Cove Outdoor Center, your authorized Tracker Boats dealer.
All property owners are responsible for ensuring their property is safe from harm. If you or a loved one have been harmed on someone else's property, we can help you. At Wedemark Keith, it's more to us. It's personal.
Hey there, it's Brew McCoy, your favorite Tennessee Vols wide receiver. You know what's as tough as my game on the field? Permanent metal roofing from Best Buy Metals. Say goodbye to worries about weather damage and hello to a lifetime of protection. Best Buy Metals will have your custom fit roof manufactured the same or next day. Call or visit a Best Buy Metals showroom or even drop by bestbuymetalroofing.com to get a quote today. Best Buy Metals, roofing that lasts.
Welcome to the most honest commercial you'll ever see.
And as you can see, me and you are both having trouble starting to talk.
Yep.
I mean, this is something that you're breathing in every day.
Yeah.
Like 50% of the air in the house?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is coming from down here.
Yes, sir.
How's your crawl space looking? You say we're going to be here a while.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get busy.
Get a free and honest inspection with AFS, a Groundworks company.
58 Foundations and Waterproofing, the only company that's been encapsulating crawl spaces, waterproofing basements, and repairing foundations since 1958. That means experience. That also means you can be confident your home is in good hands. And if that wasn't enough, here's this. 58 Foundations and Waterproofing offers the industry's only money-back guarantee. That's right, experience and trust. Who else can offer that? 58 Foundations and Waterproofing. Schedule your free inspection today.
Speedy's isn't just a name. We'll get your car back on the road fast and proficient. Speedy's Total Car Care.
Trucking accidents can change lives in an instant. They're far worse than most wrecks. At Wedemark Keith, we understand what you're going through. If you've been injured in a truck accident, we are here to help you through it. It's more to us. It's personal.
Closed captioning by Johnson Audiology. Professional, affordable, local. From the EPB Fiber Optics Weather Center, your News 12 AccuWeather forecast.
Nothing like starting off the week on a colorful note, and thank you very much, News 12 viewer Laura F. from Ringgold for a beautiful view there. That's our Langley Roofing weather window picture of the day. If you've got pictures, we'd love to see them. Just email them to us, drop them to social media, or again, go to Weather Window headquarters at WDEF.com/photos, and yours could be the next Langley Roofing weather window picture of the day. Heading out with the pupper tonight, it is going to be kind of brisk the later you wait. So again, for later on this evening, should be looking at some dry and clearing conditions, but you're going to need the jacket or the coat, and maybe the pupper will too. Thanks for a view. Anonymous sending in a shot of my darling Clementine from Dayton, Tennessee, our dog walking forecast pupper picture of the day, and you can send yours in via our website. Currently, again, rather on the dry side. A lot of clouds broken up a little bit, so not totally overcast from the Island Cove Marina and Resort camera. 54 at the airport, winds northwest, pretty breezy. Not really much of a wind chill as temperatures are back in the 50s, but it's definitely cool out there. We've got another cold front escorting in some drier air, chasing our front and storm system that moved through and gave us the severe weather Saturday night into Sunday. This one will be dropping our temperatures yet again as we go into especially tomorrow night. So again, it makes its way through, falls apart, and we're looking at a chilly start to tomorrow morning. High temperatures tomorrow, again, lower to mid 50s, and then high pressure escorting in that colder Canadian air by dawn patrol Wednesday. Maybe looking at the possibility of some patchy frost out across the area. Warm air coming in with a warm front attached to our next storm system. So Thursday morning into around Thursday night and again into Friday morning could be the potential of some showers mixed with some thunderstorms. Right now from the Storm Prediction Center, there is no sign of any severe weather in the forecast. We'll keep our eyes on that to let you know about things. For tonight, again, temperatures will be back in the 30s and 40s. Not looking at too much in the way of problems, maybe some patchy frost north of Chattanooga with the temperatures close to but not quite below freezing. Then we get into tomorrow night, Tuesday night into Wednesday, not tonight, but tomorrow night, North Georgia, Northeast Alabama, freeze watches in effect. Again, watches in effect for areas of time about 24 to 36 hours ahead of an event. As we get into tomorrow, this will more than likely change over to a freeze warning. We also have nothing going on north of the Tennessee line. That may change as well depending on what the temperatures look like from the National Weather Service in Morristown and Nashville. So keep it tuned to News 12. Warmer conditions on the way, at least briefly, as we head into later on this week. And again, good news for the kids in the classroom. Should be seeing some dry conditions tomorrow. They will be on the breezy side from time to time out there, but fortunately not too much of a lingering wind chill. Our Beltone weather question of the day: National Weather Service voices get updated every once in a while. In 2016, National Weather Service radio replaced voices Donna and Tom with John, Paul, George, and Ringo. Ringo finally starting to see a little bit more concern there. More on your forecast on your 7-day coming up on News 12.
Think big with News 12's Big Deals, the ultimate shopping experience with big discounts. Visit WDEF.com to save money today.
Many thanks to Laura F. of Ringgold for a beautiful sunrise shot. That's our Langley Roofing weather window picture of the day. Cool tomorrow. That freeze watch in effect for tomorrow night. The Lookout's going to be having their home opener coming up tomorrow night at 7:15, but it will be a cool night at the ballpark. Thursday into Friday, next best chance of showers and thunderstorms, and you've got about 1 week left to get those 1040s ready to go. So looking ahead to tax day, so far so good on the with no problems expected as you drop things off at the post office or e-file at some point in the next several days. More on your forecast coming up in just a bit on News 12.
Thank you, Austin. Well, coming up tonight on Prime News starting at 7, 90,000 people are diagnosed with Parkinson's disease each and every year. Tonight, we take a look at the warning signs of the disease that every one of us should know.
Yeah, very important story there. You can't miss it. And Hamilton County students recently had a chance to learn about the great outdoors in a competitive setting. We'll take you to the Chester Frost Park for this year's Regional Envirothon. Join us for Prime News at 7. This is the place for what's right with our schools.
Hamilton in Chattanooga at Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Auditorium from April 22nd to May 4th. Get tickets at TivoliChattanooga.com.
When we say your project begins with me, it means each of us and our team of experts are fully invested in the success of every project. It means we are all committed to our customers' complete satisfaction.
Now for a limited time, get 20% off your entire home project on windows, roofing, or siding at Pinnacle Home Improvements. Hurry and take advantage of this limited time offer. Get 20% off your entire project.
At Chattanooga College MDTC, your educational journey is personalized and flexible. Choose from hybrid and online programs that fit seamlessly into your life. With us, your path is guided with care and expertise. We are here to fuel your success and equip you with the skills to excel in your field. Gain the skills needed to excel with hands-on learning in our modern facilities. Our strong partnerships with local healthcare providers enrich your learning with real-world clinical experiences. Start your journey at Chattanooga College and become a leader in healthcare. ChattanoogaCollege.edu, where a small school makes a big difference.
They start so small and grow up fast. Do your college savings measure up? It's never too early to start saving for their future. And the Tennessee Stars College Savings 529 program can help grow your savings along with your child. Money in a Tennessee Stars account can be used to pay for tuition, housing, books, and more. Open a Tennessee Stars account today and let compounding interest lift your savings for their future. 15 minutes and $25 is all it takes. Get started at tnstars.com.
Double D Piping provides full-service fire protection on any scale. We can design, create, and install a system of any size for your home or business. Call Double D Piping, the absolute best in fire prevention.
Do it all with Steel Battery. Power up with free extra battery deals on select Steel tools. Shop in-store and online.
Hamilton in Chattanooga at Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Auditorium from April 22nd to May 4th. Get tickets at TivoliChattanooga.com.
News 12 at 6. This is the place for local news.
Welcome back, everybody. A new face has joined the giraffe herd at the Chattanooga Zoo. Cuzco, a young male giraffe just over a year old. He has arrived from the Audubon Species Survival Center down in New Orleans. He's named after the character from The Emperor's New Groove. Cuzco stands a robust 12 feet tall and is the 4th member of the zoo's giraffe family.
Our chief meteorologist knew that, folks, and that's where the name came from. Andrew and I were trying to guess. Well, he made the trip safely in a custom trailer and now calls the Cape of Africa exhibit his home.
It is really exciting to get to be adding a new giraffe because these are like plans we've set in place for years, like with the Cape of Africa expansion. Part of the purpose of building the big new giraffe yard at the front of the zoo like we did was in order to be able to expand the herd. So seeing all of that work come to fruition.
Zoo staff say he's settling in well and is already charming guests with his youthful energy. So cute. I need to go by there and see him.
They're all knees and elbows at that age.
I know, you're right. Well, Cleveland High School has found their new head football coach.
Here's Rick Nyman from the Chattanooga Hot Tubs and Swim Spas at Sports Desk.
Plus, Augusta National might look a little different for the Masters this week. And Josh Heupel continues to sing the praises of Boo Carter.
Arby's sells the most Greek gyros in America. If they wanted to sell the most Greek gyros in Greece, they'd have to open a store there and call it Arby's, but in Greece. Arby's, we have the meat.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make two feel like one, or simply be a helping hand. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin. And fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heal. See the difference for yourself. Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
Shop and save for spring at Hamricks to celebrate the season with a huge assortment of spring home styles for just $5. Indoor-outdoor pillows, 2 for $10 or $5.98 each. 3-piece hanging quilts, just $29. 60-count coffee pods, only $16.98. Hanging throws for just $10. Men's chaps apparel, $19.98. And select dresses starting at $19.98. Come and embrace spring shopping and saving at Hamricks.
Let your pets feel at home at PetQuest Pet Spa and Hotel. We offer 10% discount on Amazon and Volkswagen employees, military, and first responders.
Pioneer Metal Depot is more than just your direct from the manufacturer local metal roofing provider. We also offer a wide range of exterior building products such as quality steel trusses and a huge selection of vinyl and composite siding. Pioneer Metal Depot in Cleveland.
Congratulations to the Chattanooga Mocs on winning the NIT tournament.
One sandwich that says, "This guy appreciates wild-caught Alaskan fish." And a second that says, "This guy would like another sandwich." 2 for $6.99. Arby's, we have the meat.
News 12 and Food City know that an exceptional teacher is truly golden. Visit WDEF.com to nominate a teacher who's touched your life. Then tune in to News 12 every Tuesday at 7, where we'll honor one of our amazing teachers with the Golden Apple Award.
News 12, local scores and highlights from the Chattanooga Hot Tubs and Swim Spas Sports Desk.
Never seemed to be an issue when football star Boo Carter played both ways in high school at Bradley Central and CCS, and now apparently it's no problem at Tennessee. After playing DB as a freshman at UT, Carter is doubling up as a receiver this spring.
When you do that, there's a whole nother workload that you got to take on because you got to understand what's going on both sides of the football, and he's done a really good job. Spent a lot of extra time in here, learning what we're doing offensively, being able to handle the structure of the offense. We're intentional in what positions we're putting him in during the course of practice today during scrimmage, and trying to manage that side of it. He's worked hard, you can look at him as a punt returner to see his skill set when he has the ball in his hands. He's got a chance to be a dynamic playmaker.
Cleveland High School has announced they have hired Baylor defensive coordinator Chris Brown as their new head football coach. Brown is no stranger to the Blue Raiders. He used to be a linebackers coach at Cleveland over a decade ago. Before joining the staff at Baylor, Brown served as the head coach at Red Bank High School, where he went 40-8 in 4 seasons at the helm. Florida will try to bring a basketball national championship back to the SEC tonight as they battle Houston in the NCAA Finals. Game goes down in San Antonio, so Houston should have home court advantage. Gators coach Todd Golden says that's cool. We dealt with the same deal in the SEC tournament.
We can draw a little experience from the SEC Tournament Championship game. I think, you know, we're obviously playing Tennessee in Nashville. You know, I probably took for granted what that environment would be like, and we walked in there and it was 80%, you know, Tennessee fans, and I was like, man, we got a road game here to try to win an SEC title. It allows us to add another, you know, chip on our shoulder and, you know, try to prove, you know, that we belong and that we can win in another hostile environment.
Augusta National does not qualify as a hostile environment, but the famous venue will look a little different for the Masters, which tees off this week. Hurricane Helene took down a lot of trees in the fall, which golfer Xander Schauffele says is noticeable.
How is this whole different? You know, once the storm came through, I was looking at trees. I was the whole day. It almost felt like I was playing the back nine for the first time. Just there's trees you aim at off the tee, and there's over the 11th green. You know, you can. I mean, when you're walking down 10, you can see half the course. So it's pretty crazy to sort of see how many. It's sad too to see how many trees have fallen. But it's all good feels.
Still looks pretty nice, though. Today's poll question is the Masters on your bucket list of sporting events to attend. I thought this would be 100% yes, but it's 72% no. Who are these people? You can vote with the QR code on your screen or simply visit our webpage at WDEF.com. Mother Nature not doing the Masters any favors today, Austin. They had to get everybody off the course about 3 o'clock for some rain and possible thunderstorms down in Augusta.
Yeah, it's not a good idea to be standing out there with a metal pole. If you'd like to know more about severe weather, National Weather Service Nashville continues their Weather 101 online weather webinar series coming up tonight, April 7th at 7 p.m. Central, all about severe thunderstorms. Great opportunity to learn more. And again, that's 7 o'clock Central, weather.gov/OHX if you'd like to tune in for more. And there are plenty more topics over the next several weeks to go. Great opportunity to learn more. One more good example about what NOAA does to help keep the community safe. For tomorrow, temperatures will be about where they were today, maybe a degree or two warmer with that extra sunshine, and then heading upwards, 60s on Wednesday, 70s on Thursday, before we get more chances of showers and thunderstorms returning. No sign of any severe weather to worry about at this point. Of course, at this time of the year, if this weekend wasn't a good enough example, we do need to be paying attention to that, so we'll continue to monitor that for you. But for right now, things looking pretty quiet all the way into around tax day next week, Tuesday, so you got about a week or so left to get those 1040s finished up. Coming up, we'll talk a little bit more about the Lookouts home opener, their forecast for next week, or for tomorrow actually. That's coming up on Prime News at 7, so stay tuned.
No severe weather this weekend. Austin, you might get to sleep.
Such a that would be a very good.
It always comes on the weekend.
I know. We'll see you tonight at 7.
$10 founding father without a father, got a lot farther.
News 12 local headline. News 12 local headlines from EPB. This is the place for the latest news from around the Tennessee Valley and North Georgia.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Andrew Harrison. Here's what's making headlines for you right now. Well, Hamilton County investigators have identified the woman who was found deceased late last month near Ooltewah-Georgetown Road. Two men riding horses found the remains of 50-year-old Rebecca DeQuatro back on March 25th. There's no official word yet how the Cleveland, Tennessee woman died. The investigation is continuing. If you know anything about the circumstances surrounding Rebecca DeQuatro's death, please contact the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. You don't even have to give your name. Novonix has cleared the final step before construction can begin on a new facility at Enterprise South. The Industrial Development Board approved a pilot agreement with the electric vehicle battery manufacturer. Going to give them a tax break in exchange for building that new plant. They already have an existing facility on the Chattanooga west side. You know about that one. That's where they recently laid off 19 people. But Novonix says this morning they have since rehired 2 of those 19 employees. They also briefly commented on the impact of the tariffs implemented by President Donald Trump. They hope it helps them compete with Chinese manufacturers to produce the synthetic graphite used in batteries.
Do you see the tariffs as a positive or a negative?
Actually a positive, but there's a range of 850% to 920% tariff that should be on inbound graphite. 95% of the world's synthetic graphite is produced in China, but that would, significantly aid, even if it's not at that very high level, the demand for our product.
Novonix expects the Enterprise South facility to be up and running by 2028.